that it's like it does a at the end of it. It's crazy. So I just got done watching Billy Corgan and Steve Vai talk, and I saw recently some Steve Vai footage from his studio from back in the day when he was recording Passion and Warfare, and he was playing Ballerina 1224, which I'm of course butchering to pieces.
The working title is called Ballerina 1224.
It's a real quick thing that he's got going on, and it all comes down to balance and having all of the notes kind of happen at the same time. I'm doing it stereo, so I have one of the delays is panned one way, one is panned the other way, and I don't know which way. We'll look at the software real quick and check it out. What I'm using is a HX Stomp, you know, kind of ubiquitous these days for effects. Everybody kind of seems to have one. And, you know, they've been around forever and you can create parallel paths. So what I've done here is I've created a real simple amplifier rig. I have a little distortion, but it's really to kind of tame everything. I have a little compression before and after, and the amp I'm using is really clean. It's line 6 clarity, practically nothing, right? And then I have a distortion and some compression that work together to kind of give an immediate boom. And then that amp. And then this is the key right here, having a split Y so that the delays, the harmonies don't react to each other. You get the guitar and then you get a delayed harmony. And then the second one is twice as long and delayed. And you're thinking to yourself, no, I'm Dave. I'm not going to learn to play that song. Well, I get it. I took me forever to learn how to play that as a kid without any of the delays and all that kind of stuff. Then I had a GT5 that could kind of do it, but the delays were too short. What I have is one delay set up at 90 milliseconds. I don't have any sync on so that this will always kind of react this way. You can turn sync on and tap it in and have it kind of be however you want to, and then becomes a little more adjustable for yourself. And of course, you can change the pitches. But I have on this one the pitch echo set +9. No alteration to the sense. I have the mix at 79%. So that's a lot of the delayed note and not a lot of the original note, because in the parallel path, there is another delay that is going to be doing something very similar. And I have it at about 79%. And this millisecond is 180 milliseconds. And the interval is +5 or up a fourth, no sense, 79% mix. And I have the level up real high. And that's kind of helps get the notes together. And then the shorter delay is 90 milliseconds and it's up +9 on the interval chart. So that's what, a sixth, right? Isn't that a major sixth? So we're looking at adding a sixth almost immediately, 90 milliseconds later, and then we're adding a fourth, both of those above the root note. And it just gives this rolling dotted eighth kind of a feel, but with harmony. And all I'm playing there is just. And it works well with perfect fifths, octaves, and seconds. And that's what he makes up a lot of this with, that Ballerina 1224. And you can change these around. You can make it slower. I think the key is to have them in sync with each other. So if you go up to 100 on the shorter one, then you're going to want to go to 200 on the longer one. just random annoying stuff, nowhere near as great as what Steve did with it. And the song Ballerina 1224, it really, like, it's the effect. The song is the effect. You can't play that song without the effect. There's no way you have enough fingers. You'd have to have something. You'd have to do the Robert Fripp method, where somebody is playing so in sync with what you're playing and different notes, but perfectly in sync, and then another person doing this. Yeah, no, that's not going to happen. So this, is a great way to kind of start to explore some of the weird and wild stuff that Steve Vai did, especially back in the Passion and Warfare era. A lot of those sounds, he was just so unique. Of course, is he a Martian? Is he from Venus? Where's he from? Really, I don't know. And then you take that, and then I'll add like a little Devin Townsend. Yeah, we'll keep it in the Vai family a little bit, and add like real weird, wild delays and reverb. Just, you want a little weird part, you want something kind of funny, kind of something to get that chuckle, just so that they know you're not so serious, right? that's that was kind of a cool point that Billy Corgan had made in that interview with Steve. Was he heard the Attitude song and he realized you don't have to be serious all the time, even if you are completely fluent in whatever language you're speaking. That's the language of that effect, and Ballerina 1224 by Steve Vai. Harmonized delays set to synchronization. Mhm. And not worth even trying to teach the song, but mess around with that sound if you happen to have something that can do that kind of parallel path like that. It's you just grab the one delay, and instead of it being like this, see how it just kind of reacts differently? Keeps it cleaner, keeps the notes separated, keeps everything a little bit cleaner. Just a good look, right? I'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks.